Welcome to this visual guide for Spark of the Everflame, Book 1 in the Kindred's Curse saga. To help your imagination, or to make you relive the story, we'll explore key locations and see the characters together. There will be no plot spoilers, but if you want to go into the book totally blind, this is not for you. Buckle up. The wider world is Emarion, a ring of 9 realms around the sacred sea. Each realm has its own identity, its own magic, and even its own eye color among the descended. Lumnos holds light and shadow. Fortos is force and valor. Arboros grows medicine and poison. Meros leans towards sea and trade. Montios climbs into snow and stone. Sophos rises in towers and libraries. Igneos burns. Umbros hides things. Even when the story stays mostly in one realm, the world around it already feels divided and old. Most of this book is seen through Lumnos, and Lumnos looks very different depending on where you stand. Mortal City is cramped, dusty, and worn down by daily survival. Paradise Row sinks lower still, into torn awnings, shadowed doorways, and the sort of danger that smiles before it bites. Diem comes from the other side of that glittering divide. Her home sits down a forest path near a marsh. The Healer Center is plain, busy, and practical, full of powders, records, herbs, and people who cannot afford delay. This part of the world is built from labor. The Descended, the magical ruling class of Emarion, are instantly recognizable by their flawless, otherworldly beauty and impossibly symmetrical features. They are physically superior to mortals, possessing far greater strength and speed, alongside bones stronger than iron and steel-hard skin that is virtually impervious to mortal weapons. Their most defining physical characteristic is their brightly colored irises, which reflect the specific magic of their native realm. Their aging slows to a crawl once they reach adulthood, allowing them to maintain their youth and ethereal perfection for centuries. Diem Bellator belongs to that world completely. She is a healer, but the book never frames her as soft. Her white hair and pale gray eyes make her easy to spot, and the daggers at her hips make it clear she knows exactly how exposed mortal life can be. She moves like somebody used to helping and defending in the same breath. Around her, the Bellator name carries skill, discipline, and history. The people around Diem keep the book rooted. Aurelie Bellator is remembered through traces more than presence, with her copper-red hair, healer's cloak, and the sense of someone tougher than she looked. Andre still carries himself like a retired commander. Teller, younger and sharp-minded, moves through spaces that were never built for mortals. Mora brings the blunt, practical force of an older healer. Henri, Brecca, Lana, all of them make the realm feel inhabited by workers, soldiers, and survivors instead of just rulers. Then the scale widens. Through trade, travel, and conversation, the book keeps reminding you that Lumnos is only one slice of Emarion. The sharpest visual split comes when the story looks toward Lumnos City. Mortal streets give way to polished stone, huge estates, terraces, flowers, and windows glowing with chandelier light. The place is almost offensively beautiful. Then comes the palace, and that is where Lumnos fully shows its nature. From a distance, it looks like a crown of pale spires. Up close, it feels stranger, almost like light has been turned solid. Then you notice the other half of it. At the front, shadows can move across the stone like black vines. In Lumnos, beauty and danger share walls. Inside the palace, everything gets brighter and richer. Tapestries, carved wood, rugs, paintings, polished halls. Diem walks in, carrying the texture of the mortal world on her boots, and the difference lands immediately. One of the clearest palace images is the ruined sunroom. Shattered stone, dust hanging in the light, a table broken in half, food left out, injured children among the debris. It is a good image for the whole book. Splendor is never far from fracture. This is where several key faces come sharply into focus. Princess Lillian is small, braided, blue-eyed, and trying to stay brave while hurt. And then there is Prince Ulther. The book gives him a hard silhouette, olive skin, black hair, blue-gray eyes, a long scar running across face and body, and a sword always close. At first, he reads like controlled force, stillness, severity, restraint. But the light keeps shifting around him. Sorae is one of the strongest fantasy images in the novel. She is a gryvern, part dragon, part eagle, part lion, immense and intelligent, with golden eyes and the Lumnos sigil hanging from her neck. She does not feel like a pet or a prop. She feels ancient, watchful, and only partially willing to belong to anyone at all. Above all of this hangs the illness of King Ulther. He is not a commanding presence so much as a fading one, and that makes him effective in a different way. His decline sits over the palace, over every conversation about what comes next. The realm already feels unstable. Beyond the royal sphere, another image starts to matter more and more. A symbol of a tree with leaves of flame enclosed by vines. It marks a hidden mortal resistance moving underneath descended rule. Though Lumnos seems to be divided into the poor mortals below and the beautiful rulers above, there is something under the floorboards now. All right, let me recap it for you. Mortal City gives you dust, vice, labor, and survival. Lumnos City gives you symmetry, polish, and the chill of wealth. The palace gives you brilliance touched by shadow. Diem stands at the center of that divide, carrying healer's tools, family history, and enough steel to cross spaces that were never meant to welcome her. Around her are royals, rebels, soldiers, old faith symbols, and creatures bound to crowns. The world feels layered before it ever feels safe. That is the look of Spark of the Everflame. A blood-red sky over dusty streets, a marsh house and a healer's table, clean white stone a short ride away, a palace bright as starlight until the shadows begin to move, a scarred prince, a watchful gryvern, a dying king, and a mortal world that has not forgotten what was taken from it. If you keep those images in your head, the book becomes easy to see and very hard to shake. Thank you for watching this visual exploration. If you enjoy videos like these, bless your algorithm with a like and subscribe. See you next time.